Hello. Welcome to Shamrock Talk, the internet's number one mother-son Celtics podcast. I'm your host, Jake Olin, here once again with my mother, Karen Olin.
Hello.
And we're also joined for a second time, third time? I don't know. I can't remember. You've at least come on once
Second.
before.
Yeah.
but my
Oh no.
cousin,
Two and a
Connor
The
half.
third,
Surro,
the
back on the
memorable,
show.
the scrub
Oh,
third time.
yes. One and a half, we'll call it. The
It was
lost
not.
episode.
The
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 lost
last
championship episode. And we
We had
our
under
the
ongoing
Brett Olin
13,
rule.
episode.
You Venmo
under
me
13
$9.99. We'll
listening. We
send you a
could not
special
release it.
pay-per-view episode if you want to hear the finals unreleased episode.
So
But for
funny.
now that stays in the vault. But we're
Yeah.
back. We're recording this Sunday, April 27th, right after game 4 of the first round. Celtics beat the Magic 107-98. Well, it's been quite the weekend in Orlando, Mom. What are your initial thoughts? Back to Boston, up 3-1. Didn't wasn't exactly the, I would say,
Um,
prettiest road trip, but
no. So I do have to give Orlando credit. I think their defense is that they are working their butts off, and they have made the three difficult most of the time. They're very good at defense. They really are, and they're
mhm.
working very hard. Um, with that said, I think our defense in the lane is really kind of a problem. I think they've had some wide open shots and some, easy sort of looks in the paint. I think that's one of our issues that we need to deal with going forward. But I think their defense is very, very good. I think they're a rough team. We knew that kind of going in. I said I didn't want to play them because we were going to take a beating. But yeah, that's my take on it. I think we've powered through it, but hopefully it makes us ready for the next team, and we'll be ready for that type of defense. That's all I have right now.
All right, Connor, I'll swing it to you. What do you think? Initial thoughts, fresh off of game 4. What do you got?
Yeah, it has been kind of frustrating. I feel like, especially last game, it's just like so many dumb mistakes by us. And I mean, give them credit for putting on a lot of pressure, but some of the times when we're just like dribbling up the court and we get trapped so easily or take a bad shot or make a bad pass. But
I
I
think
think
I
with the
think culprit
Magic,
I
it's
think
just
culprit
if
number
you
one of
stop their
that in
two
this
guy.
series has been Jaylen Brown. who,
Bumbles.
I thought
who
Derek White's also been struggling.
really? Yeah. I just
But
Jaylen Brown just comes
yeah, I mean,
flying down the
Jalen
court
Brown's yeah.
sometimes. With no plan. And sometimes it works out spectacularly, but a lot of times quick turnovers that can be costly.
Yeah, I mean, Brown and Tatum still have that, like, if you get to them and they like spin around, like the ball could go anywhere. It's like if you
Yeah.
put pressure on them in the wrong spot, you just don't know what
Yeah.
they're gonna do. Sometimes they can make a great move and get to the hoop, but sometimes they just hurl it out of bounds or lose it off their foot. So I mean, that's when the pressure of the Magic really has been causing them problems. But I think at least Tatum, I thought last game he had a really bad passing game. Today he looked a lot better, at least getting
Yeah.
the ball to other people and not making too many dumb mistakes. But the second chance points also has been a problem for us because I think the Magic, like if you don't give them an easy shot, they're not going to score. But if you give them two chances, it's just not what we need to do.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
rebounded well. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like there's a Wendell Carter putback to every missed shot they have. Yeah, I would say offensive rebounding definitely a problem. Well, I gotta say, thank God this team just can't hit a three. I mean, I mean that's what it comes down to. They shoot like 25% every game. I mean, in today's NBA,
We
you're just not gonna win. And we're right there. We're right there
I was
with them.
just
But
gonna
we're
say
just,
we
but we're
might be with
just
them the
high
last
enough.
two
Yeah,
games.
but we're just high enough that we outshoot them just barely. I mean,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
you
We were
think
pretty
last
bad,
game?
but
Oh man, we
they
shot
were worse.
33%. They only shot 25%, and they beat
Yeah.
us. And
Yeah.
today you think, oh well, we shot 33% last time. We're due. No, we shoot 29% today. Thank God they shoot
Yeah.
26%. Um,
Yes, it was
They just consist. I don't think they've shot over 30% from three in a game this series. I mean, like that's unheard of in a game
Yeah.
two. They're 24%, and yeah,
Well, I
like
think that
you can't
they had
win in
said
the NBA if you're
that's
going to
what
shoot
they had.
20% from three
Yeah,
every
yeah,
game. It's
that's the way
unbelievable.
they've
I mean,
played during the
they'd be
season.
quite a
Yeah,
force if they could get a couple of these to go down. But that's been.
agreed.
I think they were dead last in the NBA all year in 3-point shooting. They just can't hit a 3-point shot. It's insane. Um,
Yeah,
Casey.
that's kind of what they've been all year. They're just not a 3-point
Oh,
shooting
yeah, I
team,
know,
but
but
I think
like
in the playoffs that starts to, yeah.
yeah, when points become so crucial. I mean, all playoffs, all the games this year have just been in all the series are like rock fights. They're not like playing the touch fouls anymore, and you're seeing games all the time. I mean, like the Knicks and Pistons series is barely getting over 100 points. We're barely getting over 100 points. I mean, I feel like point totals in general are way down, and so being able to hit a couple more threes is the difference in a lot of these games.
And Porzingis also hasn't been able to shoot from three, and Hauser and Pritchard have been completely
Yeah,
non-existent on offense.
yeah,
Well, it's
And
funny because I got a
Tatum and
text
Brown, I
during
wouldn't
the
say have been
game.
great at shooting.
I got a text at the game during the game, and we were saying like PP was taken completely out of the offense. He played
yeah.
21 minutes and shot twice, two
Yeah, I
times
mean,
at that point.
yeah, he was doing all like the scrappy things. He got that really clutch
Good defense. Yeah,
rebound at the
yeah,
end of the game. He's doing all the other things that he does, and
yeah,
that he's able to affect the game in other ways. But yeah,
yeah,
offensively, I think they kind of teams are going to key in on him now and shut him down. And if you really just kind of hang a guy on him,
yeah.
especially a bigger guy, they don't have like a lot of small guys that they put on him. You can't kind of neutralize him sometimes.
We had a little too much ISO for my liking once again, though. There were times when, well, I rewatched the first game, I mean, the last game we lost, and the amount of time Tatum spent dribbling at times was just way too long. And then out of that, like you said, not a great pass, even, when they did shut him down, or he had a turnover at times. So a little less dribbling. And if you noticed at the end of this game, who was bringing up the ball before they started the full court press? D White. And I kept track during that game that we lost. How many times did Derek White bring the ball up? And it was not nearly enough, right? And very rarely do you want Jaylen Brown in this kind of defense bringing the ball up. You just don't. All you have to do is have
Yeah,
somebody bring the ball
not
up and
Brown.
pass it. But Jaylen should not, very rarely in a tight game be bringing the ball up. He just, he's a good player, but he's not a point guard. I mean, it's just not a point guard. So yeah, it was just very interesting.
Yeah, they had that one play near the end of the game where Derek White was bringing it up and he got trapped and lost it. And then the next
Yes.
play, we like handed off to Pritchard. Then he kind of gunned up the side. It's like you just need two people in movement and you'll get
Yes.
by them. But it's like if one guy tries to do everything, they're just gonna swarm him.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. More passing, less dribbling.
I would say for me, coming out of this series so far, first 4 games, small sample size, but this feels like a team in the playoffs we would have annihilated last year. Like it just, am I crazy to feel like we like think about our playoffs last year? If we played this team, it doesn't feel like we would have just like scored way more points and annihilated this team. I don't know. Everything just feels so much harder now, especially in this series. I guess to be fair, the Magic have always played us hard, so it could just be a matchup thing. But I don't know. And it's the injuries. Like Drew is not playing. I mean, that's why is that? And how long has this been bothering him? And Tatum's not good. And Brown looks healthy, but he was the big concern coming into the playoffs. Like, I don't know. Everything just feels a little bit like we're hobbling through this series, I would say.
So at the half, this was my
Yeah.
text. This was my text. Chuck and crew, because I was watching the national televised, Chuck and crew are very high on the Celtics. When we're healthy, we're winning it all. They still are saying that. And I said, right now, I need to hear that because I'm feeling weak in the knees. Because I'm with you. I'm at times I'm watching the last couple of games and I'm thinking, like, I'm not seeing it come together.
Mhm.
Like I sort of felt last year a little bit better. I don't know. Even without Porzingis, I felt like we were, you know, a little more together than we are now.
Yeah, I
But
wonder if it is just the everyone is banged up right now because Jaylen Brown, that knee thing, I definitely think is taking away his like bursts and his athleticism at the hoop. And Tatum,
Mhm.
this wrist thing, I mean, he's shooting pretty
Yeah.
well, but it must be affecting him a little bit. And then
I mean,
obviously
doesn't he always
Drew
have a
and
wrist thing?
Agreed.
Porzingis always have
Does
something
he not
going
have like
on.
a persistent wrist thing though? Because this was the same thing the other like 2 years ago, wasn't it? Did he also have a wrist thing? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with his wrist.
Yeah.
You don't hear a
He
lot.
shot.
Yeah, he always
Yeah.
has the wrist thing.
Yeah.
It's
That was
like
the
no one
first
else in the
playoff game
league. Who
Tatum's
else?
ever
Who
missed, so
else
he
in the
has been
league has
very
like
durable.
persistent wrist injuries? You never hear about this except Tatum, but
Yeah.
hey, he's always out there. I
Yeah,
won't
it's
complain with
usually the
his
legs.
injury history, honestly.
I will
Um,
say there is one thing that another note, last thing that I would say is we miss Drew. I think we miss Drew defensively. And he is just always that person that, one isn't concerned about his offense. I mean, he'll go off once in a while shooting, but his priority is defense. And I do think he is one that does not chase down a person and block from behind. He's always in front. And he always clogs the lane a little bit up top for us. So I do think we are missing him defensively, and that might pick up a little bit of the slack of some of those uh, you know, jumpers they had in the lane with nobody on them or too easy. So I do think we are missing him a little bit that way, and some steadying. Right, he gets the ball, and you feel for the most part comfortable that he's going to make a good choice, or he's going to, I don't know. I just think we really are missing him to stabilize us a little bit more defensively and ball handling and passing. That'll make a big difference.
Yeah, yeah, I think with this matchup especially, he's like the defender we want because we just need guys that can stay in front of him. Like they don't really have a big guy that we need to worry about. It's just like
Yeah.
staying in front of them. Don't let them get to the hoop because
Yeah.
Franz Wagner has that like runner at the hoop that he always hits, and it's like just get in his way.
yeah, from
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
angle, he's able to just hit that little hook shot.
Yeah.
I thought he
Especially
was
the
I will
really
first
give
good
half.
him,
today.
There were a
yeah,
couple. Yeah. Yeah.
him, him and Bankero, like they know how to play. Like they're really good players. It's just
Oh
beyond, if
yeah,
you
Yes.
stop them, like they have nothing else.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Caldwell hit a couple threes, which he wasn't hitting
The
any.
one,
And then Joseph had a
yeah.
couple
He's
threes
really
too.
yeah,
killed
So
he's
them.
been
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Corey Joseph, me and Brett were talking about this. I still don't understand why like he's getting minutes. I don't know what he's doing out there. He
I don't
doesn't
think
like
they
hit
have
the three
anyone
very
else.
well. Like I don't know. But like you said, Cole
Um,
Anthony doesn't get any minute, like gets barely any minutes.
yeah. Yeah. I
I'd
think
prefer
they
him to
took
Corey
him out.
Joseph. I don't know. I don't know what Corey
Yeah.
Joseph is doing out there.
Yeah.
But I'm not the
Well, when
Magic's
Cole,
Suggs
coach,
Cole
comes
and
back,
not
Anthony's
JB.
the
yeah, Suggs comes back next year, they're going to be. I mean, they're going to be good. They'll
Yeah.
get
And
one
Mo,
more
hopefully
piece,
Wagner.
one
Yeah,
more
they
piece,
need
I think.
I mean
And they're
KCP
gonna.
was just supposed to be better for that. That was
Yeah.
part of this deal. But yeah. And they need some shooting. Anyone that can hit the three,
Yes.
they could
Yes.
use.
Yeah. Like a
Um
younger KD.
well, I think a KD would be nice. Yeah. Be
For
quite a
them, yeah.
luxury. Um all right.
he's gonna
Clothing.
leave the Suns, so
Yeah. Come to Orlando. That would be a
Yeah. Well,
interesting
I was saying that the other
destination
day.
for
I'm
him.
like, what about KD? He's a little old for the crew, but
Yeah.
who knows? At least he can shoot the three.
All right. What are we thinking? Closing out this series. Are we ending this in 5? Are we hoping that that's the case? What do you guys think? We're somehow better on the
yeah,
road this
I
year, which
think
is weird.
they were lucky. They were lucky to get last game. I think we finally hit some threes and finish them off pretty easily. I mean, there's a chance someone else goes down because they play so physical, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We're due for a offensive, a good offensive
Flurry.
game.
Yeah. You would
Yes.
hope so.
Agreed.
You
We're
would
down.
hope
We're
so.
done Tuesday. I think we're done Tuesday. We're out. I hope.
All right.
Like,
Me too. I think we'll get him done. We gotta believe at least. All right, Connor. How much of this other stuff have you been watching? You've been watching any of these other games and teams? First round matchups.
I haven't been watching all the other ones. I've definitely tried to be watching the I think the best series right now is that Clippers Nuggets one, but
Yeah,
that's
I
I
so
would
think
good.
agree.
the
Yeah. It's
Cavs
so
Awesome.
good. Yeah. So good.
The Cavs Heat one, I mean, that's pretty much done. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bucks Pacers one, that could go either way.
Yeah, game's just started right now.
Knicks
What's the score of that?
Yeah.
Pistons,
As we're recording this
yeah, that one's
live,
on now.
Pacers are up 23-15 first quarter, so we'll have better insight to that once the game goes.
Warriors game, I watched that last night. So good. And
I
not that
had
I'm a
that on.
fan
I
of
didn't
the
watch too
Warriors.
much of it, but
Not that I'm a fan of the Warriors. I do not want them to win this series, but with Jimmy Butler out, they're kind of the underdogs right now.
yeah.
And Steph Curry, not even just shooting a three, he was amazing. Like defensively to the hoop, passing. I just thought he played so well. It was so fun to watch. It really was a fun game to watch. And again, I don't want them to win the series, but without Jimmy Baby Butler, they yeah, he's yeah. I just didn't like the way he left Miami and getting
And every other
suspended.
team he's
And
ever played for.
yes, I just don't like his
Yeah,
attitude. But he is playing
he always
really,
is
really
unhappy.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the honeymoon phase now.
But anyway, so that's been a fun series to watch as well. I'm not sure how the Houston Rockets are in second place. I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah, they're just too young.
Yeah. Yeah. And they've got some, again, good pieces, but the Warriors without Jimmy Butler are not that great, so, and they're making, I don't know. It's interesting.
And I'm sure you're both
Yeah, I think
as thrilled as I am that the Lakers are now down 3-1 to the
Yes.
Timberwolves.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did
really just love. I didn't expect it, and it's been a real treat to watch them go down 3-1, and hopefully, the Timberwolves can close this out and get Luka and the Lakers out in the first round. I didn't watch this last game. I watched the game before that. That was a good one.
I will tell you right now, they're playing so many minutes. They were exhausted by the end.
So
All the
they
Lakers.
they
So many
played
minutes.
5 players the second half.
Yeah.
They played
The
no
whole
players
game.
off the bench.
Yeah.
The
They're
entire
so
second
tired
half.
by the end. Luka
Yeah, I
could
saw
not make
that.
this. Yeah.
LeBron
Crazy.
and Luka both played 46 minutes.
LeBron was spectacular defensively. Spectacular. He had blocks in the end. He was hustling both ends. I don't know how he does it. He was incredible. But yeah, they were exhausted. They were wiped. They were not making the shots that they typically do because they were so tired. Fun
Yeah, I think
game.
they said that was
Go
the
ahead.
first time in the play-by-play era that all 5 starters have played
There's
the
been no
entire second
subs.
half in a playoff
Yeah,
game.
Yeah.
that's insane. Maybe in any, I mean, have
And
they in the
yeah,
regular season? Like any game? That's insanity.
Luka missed a lot. They were probably saying he needed a
it's
break.
uncommon for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
LeBron only shot, he played 46 minutes. He only shot 9 times. He shot 18
was,
free throws.
how many did
Unbelievable.
Luka shoot?
12.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 7 free throws.
Yeah. How many shots did he take?
28.
Yes, he was. Yeah, and he was good. I mean, he had a lot of points, but near the end,
Ended with 38.
he was missing. Second half, his percentage was terrible. He was just too tired. But fun. All these games are so fun to watch. Like you said, Cavs Heat, not so fun.
Thunder Grizzlies was a foregone
Yeah.
conclusion
Yeah,
as well.
That was just sad. I think that's they had some close moments. And then losing the lead after Ja got hurt, that was sad too. So I felt bad for them. But yes, the Thunder will close this series out.
I'm not unconvinced the Thunder aren't going to just terminate everyone right through this playoffs. I mean, anytime I turn the TV on and they're playing, I can't believe how bad they're beating teams. It's ridiculous. They kind of look like us last year, and I don't know. Maybe they're still too young and inexperienced. But who in the West? I don't know who in the West is going to beat those guys. It's going to be
Yeah, I'd
interesting.
say the Warriors would be the only team that could really, if the Warriors get it together, I just think their experience could be the difference. But I don't know, something about the Thunder, they just have so many options and
Yeah,
they don't have a
insane.
weakness and they are young, but I don't know, Shea just makes the shots he needs to make and they have a good defense and they're well coached. So yeah, they're the team I'm most afraid of for sure because I feel like, I mean, the Nuggets have had their issues and the Rockets seem like they're going to lose that series anyway, so they were never that big of a threat. And I mean, the Timberwolves, even if they beat the Lakers, I just think it takes a
That's
lot
a
from
tough
Anthony
matchup
Edwards
for
to win
them.
these games,
Yeah.
and that's not gonna happen every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
43
Agreed.
today.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Thunder will come out of the West unless
Yeah,
there's
I mean, like,
some injury or
Case and Wallace would like start for the Warriors. He's like the Thunder's eighth best player. It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I agree though. A Jimmy Butler smart Warriors team could give them a run. I don't want them to
and
get
is
that
he coming
far.
back? Is he really? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he does come back, but I
Here we
don't know.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're tricky when they're all when they're playing. He's playing. He was playing very well.
it's gonna
But
be
I think
good.
that would be the best hope, probably from the West. Yeah, fun games, very fun games.
Yeah, and then the poor Pistons fighting hard, just coming up short. All
Can't
close games.
stand,
Really, just rock fights. Oh my god.
can't stand floppy Brunson.
Yeah, Brunson has become my absolute least favorite player in the
Oh,
league. It's
hard to
unbelievable. I can't
watch.
stand
He's
it.
good, but he's
He
hard to
actually,
watch at
I'll give
times.
him credit. I watched a little
He
bit
is.
of that game today. It was better. He was not as foul
I,
baity and just
I don't
flopping
think
all
he's
over the place.
quite getting all the calls that he
Yeah,
usually
so
gets.
he was a little better, but yeah, those
Yeah,
first couple games were insane.
yeah,
Every play was like both ends. I couldn't believe
yeah,
it.
yeah. Great. They
So I
play
was,
so
yeah, I was
hard.
definitely actively rooting against the Knicks, but the Pistons have.
I just don't think Cade is enough of a superstar to pull them in a close game. I really don't. I think they need one level up, or they need him to be a little more polished. I don't know. This is his first time in the playoffs.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, but fun games to watch. So close.
So did you guys
Hmm?
think that was a foul at the end of that game? The three?
Ooh,
Yes, I did. I thought so.
it was, yeah. I mean, you definitely could have called it, but what I think the announcer said, and I thought they made a good point at the end of the game, is they were kind of called. It was a rough game. It's not like they were
Yeah,
calling a lot in that game, so
yeah,
I don't really
yeah,
have a problem with them not calling it. It's
yeah.
like, I mean,
They were discussing
uh,
it in the at
like
halftime and just
we
saying
always
they'd
complain when
rather
there's
not
whistles
have
at the
them
end of the
say
games and
it was
deciding
like I
games.
guess the
So,
officials came out and said it was a foul,
uh-huh,
and you'd almost rather not hear that. It was a
yeah.
rough game, marginal contact, and that's what you should just leave it at. But yeah, I thought it was foul. But then again, I don't like the Knicks, so a little biased.
I think if he just I think if he just sold it better, they would have called it, but he kind of like flailed it a bit
Fall
too much,
only
and
when you
then it
fall.
looked like
Yeah,
that's what affected the shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. You
If you
almost have
sell
to
it the right
fall,
way, they'll call it every time. Yeah.
fall and
Yeah,
flail, and just
that's what really bothers me. I
look
mean,
like
like
you're
if you're not gonna call
writhing
it,
in
don't
pain.
call it. Don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
flopping is getting a little out of hand.
Yes, a
Um,
lot of flopping in these games, a lot. Not so much. I have to give credit to Bankero and Franz Wagner. When they
no, they're
go to
pretty
the hoop,
tough.
they
They're
don't
pretty
flop.
tough.
They don't
Yeah,
flop.
agreed. They
And
go
there was
at you.
one where I think Porzingis got him hard, or somebody grabbed somebody pretty hard, and they didn't flop. They didn't blink
Well,
an eye.
Paolo is massive. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
even against
yeah,
Tatum, he's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Tatum can't move him around. Like he's
No,
a tank. It's like
yeah,
he
He
is
looks like a
huge.
center. He's big.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
I
giant.
do think
yeah,
He's
Cole Anthony has the flopping problem though. He keeps doing that
yeah.
like face guarding Jalen Brown thing and then flying backwards, and they only called it like once out of
it,
6 times he's
Yeah.
tried. But
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
he's the guy I
Joseph
don't
did
like.
today too. Joseph had like every time the arm would come close, the head would fly back, and he fell a
Yeah, they
few
do
times, but they didn't call it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
But
mean, you gotta try it, I guess, because the refs are gonna give it to you sometime.
yes. I think you have to be a
What
superstar sometime.
what'd you guys think of the Aaron Gordon one? Do you think that counted?
Might
Oh,
have been the
that was so
closest one I've
close.
ever seen because
I
they had
yeah,
that
that I agreed.
yeah,
I was totally
super
fine
slow
with the
mo.
call of it counts because like there's no like frame by frame at the smallest level they have. There's no frame where his ball is in the hand and like the light is on. It's so close. Uh,
Yeah, I
so I
think
was
you
I
gotta
was kind of fine that they called it
give him
as
that
they
one. You
did.
can't prove it.
Yeah, you couldn't. They called it good on the floor, and there was absolutely no way to show that he had the ball in his hand when time expired. So it's pretty incredible play.
Yeah, it's got
Was
to
it
be
a
the
pass or was that a
closest in
shot?
history.
That was a shot. I mean,
I thought
well,
so
that I
too.
mean,
He said it was
the,
he said it was a shot.
He did. I
I
thought
mean
he did
that
too.
what a huge like series swinging play that is too, because you think the Nuggets were up big and then the Clippers just climbed their way back, took the lead. For them to have to go back down 3-1, I mean, it felt like that series was over for the Nuggets
Yeah.
seconds before that shot changed everything. And
Yeah. I think they stepped up physically. I think Aaron Gordon, and by the way, did you see the play where Zubac saved him from being ejected from the game?
no.
He flipped out. Harden there was a big
Oh, I did see
scuffle, and
this, and he held him.
Harden,
Yeah. I
but he
did see
hit him
that.
kind of just a little bit in the chin, and Aaron Gordon went off. Like he was like a dart at Harden. And Zubac wrapped his arms around him, taking a big chance, wrapped his arms around him and held him as tight as he could. I mean, like clinging to him, and saved him, literally saved him from being ejected. Because if he had caught up with Harden, you got to see the video, if he had caught up with Harden as mad and as full force as he would have been gone, absolutely gone. And I'm like, he needs to write Zubac a thank you letter for keeping him in the game. Literally, you go back and you watch the video. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, the other team's player kept him from being, ejected. Also protected his own player because full force. He looked like he was seeing red. He was going to take him out. It was crazy. And imagine the trajectory of that game if that had happened.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I mean,
Completely.
that's like the what ifs of that last shot
Yeah.
or so. Because I mean, the Clippers had all the momentum
Yeah.
at that point in the game. I mean, if that one game went to overtime, you just felt like the Clippers were pulling that through. Kawhi was
Agreed.
going to hit some shots, and they were going back to Denver down 3-1. But now it's 2-2. You're back at home. I mean, that like such a series saving play. Um, and yeah, I
Especially
don't think
losing
Jokic
in
has really been that
overtime.
good
It's
in this
like you
series.
have more.
You what? Say it again, Connor.
I was just gonna say losing in overtime. It's like even worse because then you're putting more minutes on your starters and
Well,
you
exactly.
lose the
I know.
game. So yeah, it
Yeah.
saved them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
have. Yeah, but
It's going to
I
become.
think Jokic just hasn't seemed comfortable, and the Clippers are really good, but they really I mean I think they're lucky honestly to be 2-2 in this series because they easily could have lost game 1 and they very easily could have lost game 4. And I don't know. It's
I
crazy
think
that
the other
that's a
people
2-2
stepped up
series.
that game though. Like I think Jamal Murray, I think they stepped up in their physicality.
Mm-hmm.
The Nuggets players besides, Jokic doesn't quite seem like himself to me anyway. I mean, just
Agreed.
energy wise, playing a lot of minutes, but he does seem not, I don't know, not. And the Clippers could be playing him incredibly well. That could be part of
Mm-hmm.
it. But I thought, like I said, Aaron Gordon was kind of at times non-existent in some of these games, or I didn't think he was as big as he was the year that they won the whole thing. He was very important in those series. And I really think he stepped up this game. I think he was a lot more physical, and I think he, rebounding. I just think he did a good job in this game. And Jamal Murray too. There are games when there are moments where he disappears in that, in those games too. And I thought he stepped up pretty well in that game as well. Who would you want to play, Connor, in the finals?
In the finals or next in the finals, I'd say.
In
I
the
mean,
finals from
the
the
teams
West,
that
who would
scare
you?
me the teams that scare me the most are the Thunder and the Warriors, just because the Warriors they beat us a couple years
Agreed.
ago and we thought we had the better team. So I mean, I'd take anyone besides those two, I guess.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like and the Nuggets might be a tough matchup, but I don't know. I just think with the way they fired their coach and they've had some ups and downs this year, I don't see them getting all the way there and having a good finals. I feel like Minnesota's a team I could see like being like Dallas last year, where they just get the momentum, then kind of fall apart in the finals. So I'd say if it's not the Thunder or the Warriors, I'd be fine.
I've heard a couple people picking the Clippers going all the way, which I thought was bold.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they've
Yeah.
even made it this done this well, because I thought
Yeah.
Harden's career was kind of over. I thought Kawhi was going to get hurt. I didn't think Zubac would be this efficient, so they've been impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of hope they beat the Nuggets. I kind of want to see them advance. I don't know. I just I like rooting for the Clippers. That's just an odd team that
They're fun to watch.
yeah,
I
they
too.
just have like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
good
I too
squad.
wouldn't mind if they beat the Nuggets.
Love watching Ballmer turn all red on the side every time they show him. He's like losing his mind. Uh
Yeah, the only two teams I don't want to see
I'm
win
into it.
are Warriors and um, Lakers. I don't want them. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
not the
agree.
Lakers.
Yeah, those would be my bottom two as well.
yeah. I don't want to see Warriors and Lakers. I mean, Thunder. Don't get me wrong; they're very good, and
I
I
do
don't
think
want to see them. But
Celtics Lakers would be the best on paper though, just because of the all the
yeah,
storylines. Luca
Yep.
rematch.
Yeah.
yep.
I would
My
like to
heart
beat
could
LeBron.
my heart couldn't handle it.
Can you imagine
Uh yeah,
us
that'd be terrible.
close games
I'm totally
closing
fine with them
out?
being eliminated in the first round.
All right, the East. Who do you think we're going to meet? Who do you think in the finals?
I mean I'm gonna
I
go
mean,
Cavs. I
conference
mean
finals, it's got to be us and the Cavs.
yeah, I mean I don't see any way we're not on a collision course. The Knicks, we just have the Knicks number, let's be honest. I mean, I just think that's a bad matchup for them. Um and I just think that is what it is. And the Pacers just aren't gonna beat the Cavs, I don't think. I mean, unless and neither the Bucks. I don't know. I see. There's no way we're not on a collision course towards that. I mean, I think we've known that for a while. I don't think anything I've seen in the first round is gonna change my mind on that.
Celtics,
Yeah,
Cavs. That's what
I
everybody
think the
thinks. That's
Pacers
what they're all
were.
talking about.
Yeah, I think last year the Pacers used up all their luck to get there with all the injuries, but I think this year, I mean, the Cavs are fully healthy. I mean, the Knicks. I mean, we're going to play the winner of the Knicks Pacers, but I think the Knicks just don't have a good record against good teams, and I think in the next round they're gonna. I don't think Brunson can take them all the way there, but I think both will be good series, though. I think the Pacers will give the Cavs more pressure than the Heat for sure, and I don't know. The Knicks could turn it on and take us 7 games, but I think we're the better team.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would agree.
I
I
don't.
mean, yeah, I'm gonna hate it. I hate Brunson already, and we haven't even played him. It's gonna be
Yeah,
he's
we
now
just
my
don't want to
nemesis number
hobble.
one.
Let's win Tuesday. Let's rest up. Let's have the Knicks series go to 7. That's what I'm wishing
Well,
for.
I mean, if you want
Wear
to look
them
at any
down.
kind of silver lining from this, uh, from this series, is you don't expect the Knicks to play anywhere near as as bruisingly as
100%. No, 100%. I
Orlando.
agree. Yeah.
So they just don't have the bigger guys, and
No.
um, they have good defenders. I mean, a lot of good wing guys. The Ananobis and like Bridges and stuff, but I don't think they'll bring near the level of physicality that Orlando has, and so I think maybe we'll be well seasoned for that come next round.
Hopefully not hobbled.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, well, I guess we'll see next game Tuesday. And we'll be here for it at Shamrock Talk. You can find us worldwide, all platforms at Shamrock Talk Pod on Twitter, at Shamrock Talk on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all the platforms, all the stuff. Go follow us there. Mom, any closing arguments, closing remarks before we close out?
Finish it up Tuesday. No more injuries. Rest up and be ready for the next round.
Connor, closing arguments, comments, concerns.
Yeah, I think we finish them off pretty easily. Shout out to Al Horford for staying as consistent as ever at 38 years old.
Yeah.
And
Unbelievable year.
yeah,
Unbelievable
hopefully
year.
this is
Had
the
a
Love it.
little.
year.
He's had a little feisty series. He's had a little
Who'd he go
scrap in
after
him.
today?
Um,
I
Who
like him
did he
That
go
standing
Euro
up
after
for all
today?
the players when They're pushing us
I mean, he
around.
went after them. Like
Yeah.
this is the first year I've ever seen Al.
I
He
know.
has
He's
a
got a
little
little.
Draymond Green in him right there.
He does.
Who did he run after today? He ran after a player. Was it
No,
Caldwell?
you're right, and I'm blanking too because it wasn't.
Yeah,
I mean, he went at it with KCP, but it wasn't KCP today. It was.
yeah.
I'm blanking too. It just happened.
Somebody went down. He thought it was a hard hit. It really wasn't
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hard
And he,
that
it
hard of a hit,
was.
but
Oh,
Yeah, I forget who that was.
I'm drawing a blank. But,
I can't remember.
yeah, bad
Bronze.
boy Al.
Yeah. Oh, white maybe. No, black. Sorry.
Anthony
Was it
Black,
black?
was it?
Anthony Black?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody fouled somebody hard and went down, and Al
Yeah,
was
it's been a
there ready
common
to
occurrence in this
pummel.
series. So
Can you? I just really can't see Al in a fight.
no, that's
I
kind of
don't know
our,
why.
that's a little problem we've had with our team in the past is when we find guys like the Draymond types who do want to fight, we don't have anyone that steps up and is ready to swing back. But Al's stepping up to the plate now, huh?
Yeah,
I think he's
now it's
taken over
Al.
for hobbled Jalen. Jalen was there for a few
Yeah,
times. Like
Jalen did have a little
used to.
tough guy edge
Yeah,
for a while, but
yeah. But now he's
um,
hobbled, so Al has to take over.
hobbled.
He's got some
The
knee
oldest guy on
problems.
the court.
Yeah.
The oldest guy stepping up and ready to fight. So funny. But good job. Shout out to Al. This year I think he is like, I don't know, looks younger than ever.
Yeah, he turned this team around when we signed him
Yeah.
however long ago that was.
Yeah, yeah. Second
We
time.
do love Al. All right. Well,
All right.
thanks for coming on, Connor. Hopefully we'll have you on again soon
Thanks
for
for
this playoffs.
having me.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, we'll
Will
have to get
do.
Chris on, Connor's brother.
We're
Maybe he can make his Shamrock Talk debut this playoffs. We're getting other guests. Cody is coming back on as well. We got Brett. We're getting Brett back on. We're gonna have guests galore for the rest of the playoffs.
Oh no.
not for the finals, not the championship one.
No.
And we will clean him up a little bit before that. We'll clean the language up.
He was fine last time. He just made an
Yeah.
appearance. He behaved himself.
Yeah. It was a big night.
And it was a big night. It was a big night for all of us. And hopefully we get another one. And we will release this one and all will be well. But we got plenty of rounds to go, plenty of guests. We're gonna be here all playoffs. We'll see you Tuesday. This has been Shamrock Talk. Go Celtics.
Go Celtics.
Celtics in 5.